I want to talk briefly about Megadeth's brand new single called I Don't Care. And folks, I got to be honest with you. I like this song better than the first single because I can relate to the lyrics. The lyrics really describe me to a T. Like the first two lines in the song. I don't care if I'm out of line. I don't care because this life is mine. That is a perfect description of me in a sense. So Megadeth, of course, recording what they say is their last album. I really honestly believe it will be the last record. I believe Dave Mustaine. I think they're going to tour for quite a long time. But I think this is the last album. And I think this is probably the last tour. It could, which, you know, could last a year, could last 5 years. Who knows? But so far, we have two really great songs off of this upcoming Megadeth album. And I think the songs are so good to the point that if they're going to go out, they're going to really go out on a high note. So what do I like? So I put this song up on the Facebook page and on social media. I wanted to gauge the opinion of a lot of people. The two most predominant types of comments I had were that one, people love all the guitar solos. And two, a lot of people were basically saying the lyrics are kind of childish and that they were bad and that they were dumb. You know, I saw a lot of comments on that. First of all, the lyrics that everybody calls childish, I absolutely love the lyrics because it describes pretty much how I feel these days. And so I read you those two lines, the first two lines of this song. And when I heard this and I heard those two lines, I immediately just knew I was going to like the lyrics of this track. I don't care if I'm out of line. I don't care because my life is mine. I mean, that really personifies me. Because I don't really shy away from my opinion. I speak my mind. People might call that out of line. But again, I am me. That's why I don't care. So the song itself is great. Now, one of the coolest comments, and a comment that I immediately thought of, this is something that came to my mind when I started hearing the guitar solos of the song. If you know the band Beholder, I had Carlos Alvarez on and John Yellen, two guys, it's a brand new band, kind of a mix between power metal and doom metal. Carlos Alvarez is he's a huge metal fan. And one of the comments he made on this single was that Teemu Manasari is channeling his inner Marty Friedman. And I could not describe Teemu's guitar playing any better than what Carlos did. Because that's exactly what I heard. I think, gotta be honest with you, man, you know, Kiko and Dave were great together on guitar. I think Teemu Manasari and Dave Mustaine are also, you know, the chemistry together is incredible. And I really think this song is really well written. It's been a long time, too, since we had a Megadeth song that had lyrics like this. Where it's just like, yeah, who cares? Let's just write this. This is how I feel. And it just, I don't know. I'm trying to remember of a Megadeth song that has the same kind of feel as this one does. And I can't think of a recent one that does. But I just like the no holds barred approach to the lyrics. And it's a big reason why I like this song. The Tipping Point's good. Don't get me wrong. It's a great track. But I Don't Care, in my opinion, is better. And I think mainly because on a personal level, I can relate to it. I'm listening to the lyrics of this and I'm like, man, this man, he's probably not reading my mind, but we are on the same wavelength when it comes to the lyrics of this song. So I'm excited for the next Megadeth album. I just wanted to make a brief comment about the single, which I think is very, very good. And I'm bummed out by the fact that this is probably their last album. But at the same time, I think this next record is probably going to be very good, and I'm excited to hear it. Again, Megadeth, they were one of the first metal bands that really made me love this music. And yeah, I have a lot of fond memories of getting into their albums and listening to their music, getting to interview Dave Mustaine in my radio show back in the day. Just a really, and he was a really cool dude to me. I know some people, there's people out there, there's detractors, but Dave was really cool to me. The one time I met him and when he came on my radio show. With that said, that's all I have for you today here on the Metal Command podcast. Thanks for watching. Stay metal. Hey, it's Tony here from the Metal Command Show. I want to thank you for watching this portion of the program. Since 1998, I have hosted the show, which started off as a radio program and is now into the podcast format. So I want to thank you for watching and or listening. And if you want to support the program, hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell to be notified anytime I do post any content. A lot of you have been supporting the show and really, really helping this show grow, and I cannot do it without all of you. So with that said, thanks for watching. Stay metal. Hey, it's Tony here from the Metal Command Show. I want to thank you for watching this portion of the program. Since 1998, I have hosted the show, which started off as a radio program and is now into the podcast format. So I want to thank you for watching and or listening. And if you want to support the program, hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell to be notified anytime I do post any content. A lot of you have been supporting the show and really, really helping this show grow, and I cannot do it without all of you. So with that said, thanks for watching. Stay metal.